Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today I
Waalaikumsalam
would like
warahmatullahi
to
wabarakatuh.
explain about the infak, sodako, and wakaf for ninth grade. So what's the definition of infak? Infak itself is derived from the Arabic word, which means anfaqa, meaning to spend or to give. And then infak itself refers to the voluntary spending of wealth in the way of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala without specific conditions or obligation like zakat. And generally, infak is recommended or sunnah, but can become obligatory in specific situations such as helping someone in extreme need. And we're gonna discuss about sadaqah for the next. Sadaqah itself is derived from the Arabic word siddiq, meaning truthfulness and or sincerity. And then sadaqah refers to any voluntary act of giving motivated by sincere faith without seeking anything in return. And then it includes both material forms like money, food, and immaterial acts like a smile or a kind word. And sadaqah is generally recommended or sunnah, but it also can become obligatory if someone has made a vow or nazar to give sadaqah. Meanwhile, wakaf linguistically is uh, to withhold something while channeling its benefit, and terminologically, it's dedicating property for continuous charitable purposes. And for the example is donating land for a mosque and providing books for a public library. And then what are the law that uh being a foundation for the infak, sodako, and wakaf themselves? Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has already said in Quran Surah Al-Baqarah verse 195, wa anfiqu fi sabilillahi wa la tulqu bi aidikum ila tahlukah wa ahsinu innallaha yuhibbul muhsinin, which means and spend in the way of Allah. And then the next, masalul ladina yunfikuna amwalahum fi sabilillahi kamathali habatin ambatat sab'a sanabila fi kulli sumbulatin mi'atu habbah wallahu yudha'ifu liman yasha wallahu wasi'un alim. The translation is the example of those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah is like a seed. And then from the hadith, idama tabnu adaman qata'a amaluhu illa min salat sadaqatin jariyatin aw ilmin yuntafa'u bih awaladin solihin yad'u lahu, rawahu Muslim. And when a person dies, all deeds come to an end except three: ongoing ongoing charity, beneficial knowledge, and the righteous child who prays for him in here means the parent. And then what's the benefit? The benefits of infaq, sodako, and wakaf themselves. The first is drawing closer to Allah because it has to involve our sincerity and our sincerity to give our wealth to others, and then purifying our wealth and soul from any greediness or something that makes us feel greedy and feel always lack of wealth. And then assisting other because it's about the solidarity, about the social matters. So we are supposed to be cared to each other. And then opening the doors to sustenance. And then the fifth is long-term reward, continuous charity. This is for the wakaf because if we do wakaf, uh, we will get the continuous ajrun or deeds of from our wealth that we give for the wakaf. And then what are the scholars' opinion or thoughts about the infaq, sodako, and wakaf themselves? For the first is Hanafi scholar. Hanafi said that infaq that infaq distinguish between obligatory, uh, especially zakat, family support, and voluntary infaq. And then sodako, it's obligatory for uh I'm sorry. So sodako, there are obligatory sodako. It is usually called by zakat. And then for the voluntary sodako is any optional giving that we can do, such as maybe our wealth or our money or our acts or our efforts to help others. And then wakaf becomes binding after the declarations, so it cannot be revoked or returned. And then for Maliki scholars, infaq means and it emphasizes helping the needy beyond zakat obligation. And then sadaqah, in his opinion, secret sadaqah is recommended or preferred over public giving. So uh, he he thought he assumed that sir sadaqah is better than public sadaqah. And wakaf permits temporary wakaf, example, dedicating a house for 10 years. And from Shafi'i scholars, infaq is considered part of acts of worship involving wealth, and it strengthens our brotherhood. And for the sadaqah, it's clearly distinguished obligatory and voluntary sadaqah, and it's highly emphasizes sincere intention. And then from Wakaf, and Wakaf must be permanent and irrevocable. And for the last scholar is Hambali. Uh, he thought that infaq is to needy family members first. So if you have poor family member, we have to give our wealth first to them, uh, rather than the needy others. And then for the sadako is prioritized to the poor over building public facilities unless urgently needed. Meanwhile, the wakaf is strongly encourages wakaf for most schools and public infrastructure. Okay, if you have any question, please raise your hand. And if you don't have any question, you may leave any comment in our comment section, and I will answer in the next meeting. Okay. So for the conclusion of our lesson today, infaq, sadaqah, and waqaf are important Islamic practices that encourage our generosity, compassion, and long-term community support. Infaq refers to voluntary or obligatory spending in the way of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Meanwhile, sadaqah emphasizes sincere and voluntary giving, and waqaf focuses on dedicating property for continuous benefits. Although each concept has specific rules and applications, all share the goal of seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure and helping others. Practicing them strengthens our social bonds, purifies wealth, and ensures ongoing rewards in in this world and in the hereafter, or akhirat, in the judgment day. So I think that's all from me today. Thank you very much for your kind attention. So wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sekan, sekan.